Hey, Cancer, I need you to sit down for this one because what I'm about to share with you is something that's been showing up in the cards so clearly. And I honestly feel like this message is finding you at exactly the right moment. Like, literally. Within the next couple of hours, something is about to shift in your world, and people are going to be coming back around with a completely different energy than what you've been experiencing lately. So I just pulled cards for you, and the first thing that came through is the Four of Cups and Cancer. I have to tell you, this card is showing me that you've been in this space of feeling kind of disconnected or maybe even a little bit disappointed with certain people or situations. You know that feeling when you're just kind of over it? Like you've been sitting there watching people do their thing and you're just not impressed anymore. You've been protecting your peace, and honestly, you've been a bit withdrawn because you're tired of the same patterns, the same disappointments, the same people not showing up the way they should. What's so interesting about this Four of Cups energy is that it's showing me you've actually been in your hermit mode, not because you're depressed or giving up, but because you're wise enough to recognize when something isn't serving you anymore. You've been sitting back and observing, and you've been very selective about where you put your emotional energy. Some people might have thought you were being cold or distant, but really you were just done with surface-level interactions and half-hearted efforts from people who should have been doing better. The cards are showing me that you've had every right to feel this way, because there have been people in your circle who have not been appreciating what you bring to the table. They've taken your kindness for weakness, they've assumed you'll always be there no matter how they treat you, and they've been honestly pretty comfortable with giving you the bare minimum while expecting you to show up with everything you've got. And Cancer, you're one of the most giving signs, but even you have limits and you've reached them. Now here's where things get really interesting, because the next card that came out is Strength. And oh my goodness, Cancer, this is your energy. This card is showing me that you have been so incredibly strong through whatever you've been dealing with. Like, people have no idea the level of inner strength you've had to maintain while dealing with situations that would have broken other people. You've been handling your business with grace even when you wanted to snap. You've been keeping your composure even when you felt like falling apart. And you've been standing firm in your boundaries even when people tried to make you feel guilty for having them. This Strength card is also telling me that you haven't been loud about your power. You haven't been out here making announcements or trying to prove anything to anyone. You've just been quietly standing in your truth and doing what needs to be done. But here's the thing. When you operate from that authentic, powerful place, people start to notice. Even if they don't say anything right away, they're watching and they're realizing that you're not the same person they thought they could play with. What I'm seeing is that your energy has completely shifted. And even though you might not feel like anything dramatic has happened externally, internally you've gone through a massive transformation. You've been releasing old versions of yourself that tolerated things you shouldn't have tolerated. You've been shedding people-pleasing tendencies, and you've been getting very clear about what you will and will not accept in your life moving forward. The third card here is Queen of Pentacles and Cancer. This is showing me your worth, your value, your absolute abundance. This queen doesn't beg anyone for anything because she knows exactly what she brings to the table. She's grounded, she's secure, she's got her own resources, and she doesn't need validation from people who couldn't see her value in the first place. This is the energy you've been stepping into, and it's powerful. What I love about the Queen of Pentacles showing up here is that she represents someone who has built something real for themselves. This isn't fake confidence or pretending to be okay when you're not. This is genuine self-sufficiency and self-worth that comes from doing the inner work and knowing your value regardless of whether others recognize it. You've been focusing on yourself, building yourself up, creating stability in your own life, and becoming the kind of person who doesn't need others to complete them. The cards are showing me that this Queen of Pentacles energy you're embodying is exactly what's about to trigger this shift with other people. See, when you were in that Four of Cups energy, kind of checked out and disappointed, people thought they still had access to you. They thought they could come back whenever they felt like it, and you'd be there waiting. But now that you've stepped into this Queen of Pentacles frequency where you're clearly thriving without them, suddenly they're seeing what they lost. Let me pull the next card because I need to see what's actually about to happen here, and oh wow, Cancer, the Empress just came out, and this is big. The Empress is literally one of the most abundant, magnetic, attractive energies in the entire tarot deck. This card is telling me that you are about to enter, or you're already in this phase where everything about you just glows differently. Your energy, your confidence, your whole vibe is shifting into something that people can't ignore. The Empress represents someone who is so secure in themselves that they naturally attract good things. She doesn't chase, she doesn't beg, she doesn't lower her standards. She simply exists in her power, and everything she needs comes to her. Cancer, this is where you're at right now, or where you're about to be, and it's going to shock people who thought they knew you. They're going to see you thriving, glowing, moving forward, being abundant and happy, and it's going to hit them that they really messed up when they didn't treat you right. What's coming through really strongly with the Empress is that you're not just surviving, you're actually flourishing. Whatever you've been building for yourself, whether it's your career, your personal growth, your living situation, your creative projects, your emotional well-being, all of it is about to bloom in a way that's visible to everyone around you. And the people who dismissed you or took you for granted are going to see this glow up and realize they were sleeping on you this whole time. The next card I'm seeing is Ace of Cups in Cancer. I need you to understand what this means in this context. The Ace of Cups is a new beginning in the emotional realm. It's pure, fresh emotional energy and new opportunities for connection. But here's the thing. This isn't you chasing after people or trying to fix old relationships. This is new emotional fulfillment coming to you because you're in a different vibration now. What the Ace of Cups is showing me is that as you've been healing and growing and stepping into your power, you've been opening yourself up to receive love and appreciation on a completely different level. Not the scraps you were getting before, not the bare minimum effort, but genuine heartfelt connection and recognition. The universe is literally preparing to pour into your cup because you've finally made space for it by releasing what wasn't serving you. This Ace of Cups combined with the Empress energy is telling me that people are going to be approaching you with a totally different energy soon. They're going to be coming correct. They're going to be humble. They're going to be wanting to make things right because they can see and feel that you're in a completely different space now. And some of these people are going to be genuinely apologetic while others are just going to be realizing what they're missing out on. Now the Six of Swords just came through, and this card is so significant because it represents transition and moving away from difficult situations. Cancer, you've been in your Six of Swords energy, whether you realized it or not. You've been mentally and emotionally moving away from drama, from toxicity, from people and situations that were keeping you stuck in painful patterns. You've been on a journey toward calmer waters and better circumstances. What's powerful about the Six of Swords appearing here is that it's confirming that you're not going backwards. You're not returning to old situations just because people suddenly want to apologize or make amends. You're moving forward, and the only people who can come with you are the ones who are willing to meet you at your new level. This card is showing me that you have clarity now about what you're leaving behind and what you're moving toward. The Six of Swords is also telling me that this transition you've been making hasn't been easy, but it's been necessary. You've had to leave some things and some people in the past, even though part of you still cared about them. But you understood that staying in those situations would have kept you stuck, and you chose your peace and your progress over comfort and familiarity. That takes real courage, Cancer, and the cards are acknowledging that. What I'm seeing with this Six of Swords is that the people who are about to come back around, the ones who are going to want to apologize and make things right, they're going to be realizing that you've already left the shore without them. You're already on your way to something better, and they're standing there watching you go, finally understanding that they can't take you for granted anymore. Some of them are going to try to catch up with you, and some are just going to have to watch you sail away. Let me see what else is coming through here because I feel like there's more to this story, and yes, the Ace of Wands just jumped out, and Cancer, this is fire energy. This is passion. This is new creative and inspired action. The Ace of Wands is telling me that you're not just healing and moving on, you're actually getting excited about your life again. You're feeling inspired, you're feeling motivated, you're seeing new possibilities that you couldn't see before when you were stuck in those draining situations. This Ace of Wands energy is what's going to be so visible to others. When someone goes from being drained and withdrawn to being lit up and passionate about their life, people notice. And the people who contributed to dimming your light are going to see you shining again, and it's going to hit different. They're going to realize that they had access to this amazing energy, and they didn't appreciate it. They're going to see you putting your passion and effort into new things and new people, and it's going to make them question why they didn't value what they had. What I love about the Ace of Wands here is that it's showing me you're not waiting for anyone's approval or apology to start living your best life. You're taking action. You're pursuing what excites you. You're investing in yourself and your dreams, and you're doing it all without needing anyone who didn't appreciate you before. This is the ultimate glow-up energy, and it's magnetic. The Two of Wands is coming through next, and this card is about planning, vision, and having the world in your hands. Cancer, you're not just randomly moving forward, you're being strategic about your next moves. You're thinking about what you want your future to look like, and you're making decisions that align with your bigger vision. You're not settling anymore, and you're not making choices based on fear or loneliness. You're choosing based on what actually serves your highest good. The Two of Wands is showing me that you're at a decision point where you're choosing between staying small and playing it safe versus really going after what you want. And the cards are showing me that you're choosing the latter. You're choosing expansion, you're choosing growth, you're choosing to bet on yourself even if it feels scary or uncertain. And this confidence in yourself is part of what's going to have people reassessing how they treated you. What's interesting about the Two of Wands appearing in this reading is that it's showing me you're in a position of power right now. You're the one holding the cards. You're the one who gets to decide what happens next. You're the one who gets to choose whether people get access to you or not. This is a complete flip from where you might have been before, when you felt like you were waiting for others to choose you or treat you better. Now you're the one doing the choosing, and that's exactly where you should be. The ninth card here is Nine of Pentacles and Cancer. This is the ultimate independent success card. This is you standing in your own garden that you've cultivated with your own hands, enjoying the fruits of your own labor, completely self-sufficient and content. The Nine of Pentacles is showing me that you've reached or you're about to reach this level of personal success and fulfillment that doesn't require anyone else's participation. This is the card that really drives home why people are going to be wanting to apologize and kiss up to you. Because when someone sees you thriving independently, when they see you've built a beautiful life without them, when they see you're genuinely happy and fulfilled on your own, that's when the regret hits. The Nine of Pentacles represents someone who doesn't need saving or fixing or completing. You're whole on your own, and that's incredibly attractive and powerful. What I'm getting from this Nine of Pentacles is that you've been investing in yourself in ways that are now paying off. Whether that's financially, emotionally, spiritually, creatively, all of it is coming together, and you're seeing the results of the work you've put in. You're enjoying your own company, you're proud of what you've accomplished, and you're living in a way that feels authentic and satisfying to you. And people who thought you'd be lost without them or struggling without their presence are about to see how wrong they were. The final card in this reading is Death. And before anyone panics, this is not about physical death. This is about transformation and rebirth. The Death card is showing me that you have gone through or you're completing a major cycle of transformation. The old version of you who tolerated less than you deserved, who gave more than you received, who stayed in situations that didn't honor you, that version is done. That chapter is closed. You're literally being reborn into a new version of yourself. This Death card is so powerful here because it's confirming that there's no going back to who you were before. The people who are about to come around wanting to apologize and make amends, they need to understand that they can't have access to the old you because that person doesn't exist anymore. You've transformed, you've evolved, you've shed old skin and old patterns, and you're operating from a completely different place now. What the Death card is telling me is that this transformation is complete, or nearly complete, and the evidence of it is going to be undeniable to everyone around you. People are going to sense that something fundamental has changed in you. They're going to realize that the dynamics they were used to aren't available anymore. And some of them are going to want to connect with this new version of you, but they're going to have to prove that they can match your new energy. So, Cancer, here's what I'm seeing for you. Within the next couple of hours or very soon, you're going to start seeing evidence of this shift. People who have been quiet, people who have been taking you for granted, people who have been treating you like an option, they're going to start circling back around. They're going to be reaching out with apologies, with explanations, with attempts to reconnect. And this isn't random. This is happening because your energy has completely shifted and they can feel it even if they don't consciously understand it. What you need to know is that you don't owe anyone access to the new version of you just because they're apologizing for how they treated the old version. You get to decide who comes forward with you into this next chapter and who stays in the past where they belong. The cards are showing me that you have all the power here and you need to use that power wisely. Some of these people coming back might have genuine regret and might have grown themselves. Those are the ones who will be willing to show up differently and consistently prove that they've changed. But others are just going to be reacting to seeing you thrive without them, and they're going to want back in because they don't want to miss out on your glow up. Those are the ones you need to be discerning about. What I want you to remember, Cancer, is that you didn't go through all of this growth and transformation just to end up back where you started. You cleared space in your life for better things and better people. You raised your standards and stepped into your power. You became the Queen of Pentacles and the Empress and the Nine of Pentacles. You earned your peace and your progress. Don't give that up for anyone who isn't willing to meet you at your new level. The universe is absolutely on your side right now, and everything is aligning to show you that you made the right choice by choosing yourself. The people who are about to come back, whether you let them in or not, they're serving as confirmation that you were never the problem. Your growth is undeniable, your transformation is complete, and your future is bright. Stay in your power. Cancer, keep moving forward, and trust that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. The apologies are coming, the recognition is coming, the respect is coming. And you get to decide what you do with all of it. Just remember who you are now and don't settle for anything less than what you deserve. You've got this, and the cards have spoken.